3 days ago, patrolman Robert Henderson Shipp turned 21. Last night, he died with 2 slugs in his chest and side. Robert joined the force in August of '68 under the 19-and-a-half-year-old program. While waiting for training at the police academy, he worked as an undercover agent for the Vice Squad. At the academy, he was just another average rookie cop. But in his file, this is entered: he should develop into a good police officer. After graduation, he was assigned to the patrol division. Last night, Robert and his partner, E.E. Hardy, gave chase after a car driven by James Millage, age 27. When they finally curbed the car here, Millage resisted arrest after not being able to produce his driver's license. Millage's brother, David, age 29, came out of the house and got into the hassle. In the scuffle, James Millage grabbed Hardy's gun and shot Robert, but not before Hardy was able to free Robert's gun and get off 2 shots, one of which went through James Millage's neck. David Millage was hit on the head and was finally subdued in the scuffle. Both brothers were charged with the murder of police officer Robert Henderson Shipp, police badge number 2624. Classmates at Samuel High School said he was an outstanding athlete. His mother said he gave up playing football for that of carrying a badge. He was a good policeman all the way through. Carl Mayo, Channel 8 News.
Reverend, exactly what did you want the Dallas City Council to do that they did not do?
Well, we were hoping that when the resolution was presented by Councilman Allen, that it would be passed without any question being raised on whether or not it was political, social, or what have you, that since we consider Dr. King as the peacemaker of our generation, that the city government would have seen this and would not have had to argue or debate it or raise any questions about it.
Well, now that they did, what are you going to do about it?
We intend to, at this point, send some letters out to the 4 city councilmen who dissented, and we're looking at the possibilities, in lieu of this and some more problems in the city, of a recall vote on some city councilmen.
What is your attitude toward the Dallas City Council because it did not pass this? Do you feel it's that they did not pass the resolution just because Martin Luther King is black?
That's precisely my feelings.
I've really never had desires to be a coach. I feel like, however, that I am capable of handling the job.
Let's go over that again.
Yeah, let's do. So far, the only thing...
Ame ame fure fure karasan ga Jan no me de o mukae ureshii na Pichi pichi chappu chappu ran ran ran. Kekko desu. Arigato. So tomorrow morning I'm off on what will be an exciting trip. I'm looking forward to it. Is there a phrase in Japanese that means until we meet again?
Dewa mata.
Dewa mata.
Hai.
So, ladies and gentlemen of our Channel 8 viewing audience, it's been a pleasure being with you. Dewa mata.
Dewa mata.
Dallas represents about 2% of our overall assembly capacity, and the supply of vehicles to our dealers and customers can be readily supplied from other locations. Furthermore, we can find no way around the brutal fact that the economic distribution of cars and trucks from Dallas is limited by its geographic location. Texas and the rest of the Southwest is a rich and valued automotive market, and the present Dallas capacity of 30 cars and 12 trucks an hour is just about right for the regional demand. But to justify required modernization expenditures, we would have to operate the Dallas plant on 2 shifts, and this volume would be in excess of local demand for the foreseeable future. Thus, we would have to ship about half of the production to other markets at a freight penalty compared to our other sources.
Well, it's unbelievable. We couldn't believe it when we were first told that the Ford plant would be shutting down. The older seniority people, some of them had tears in their eyes.
The company has said they'll pay transportation costs and so forth if you want to stay with the company and work somewhere else. What's the feeling about that?
Well, for those of us who are single and newly employed, this would be easy enough, but for the older, more seniority employees, it would be inconceivable to move their whole family out of state.
Would you move away from Dallas to work for Ford?
No, I won't, because I've got too much at stake here.
Do you feel this is the same with most of the other people who work here?
That's right. I mean, I'm young and I can find a job. These other people that's older, well, I just don't see how they can find a job.
We have provisions in our contract for attempting to relocate as many of the people as possible in other plants, and we don't have any of the details of this right now. This will be taken care of through meetings with the union and the company. The international union will be involved in these meetings. First, they will probably be meeting in Detroit with the international union, attempting to get the company to reconsider and to try to keep this plant open. If that fails, then they'll be attempting through our contract to get as many of these people placed that want to be placed in other Ford plants around.
A lot of these employees are older employees that have a lot of years with the company, but they also have families and roots here in Dallas. What about them?
True. Well, in the case of most of those, my own thinking would be that the oldest ones of the bunch would be close enough to retirement. A lot of those will probably take some type of retirement.
Well, they're not, they have all kinds of trades. They're painters, they're body men, they're upholsterers, they're mechanics, and these are skills that can be mustered into all sorts of other industries that are here in town. And they're not just assemblers per se, but they're skilled craftsmen in varying kinds of trades. And you don't want to say that there's not going to be some dislocation and hardship. Inevitably there'll be some, but I believe there's a good start going to be made on minimizing it and absorbing them into the community life.
All suspected cases will be turned over to the Justice Department for investigation and appropriate action. I am therefore announcing today my intention to instruct all directors of all 64 SBA offices throughout the nation to search their files for Mafia-suspected cases. We want these loans made by previous administrations exposed and terminated immediately.